Luna Classic just had a massive crash, and if that sounds interesting, you make sure to continue watching this video. Hey guys, Pingu Charts here. Welcome back to another Luna Classic analysis video. As always, if you do enjoy my content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys are interested in free $600 Bitcoin, make sure to check out the link in the bio. As you guys can see on Luna Classic, we've had an absolutely beautiful wrecked candle. I've mentioned this to you guys many times before that when we are retesting a resistance level, you want to be very careful and decipher whether or not it is a fake out versus an actual bottom. I mentioned this to you guys last time that the fact that this candlestick and formation right here is looking exactly like the same sort of formation we saw right above here once we saw that breakout formation. If I were to go ahead and delete that, you can see that ideally once we broke that support here at the 29 level, we saw the same sort of liquidation wick pushing above and then this continuation to the downside. If that looks a little familiar to you, well, that's because it is. You can see that we saw the same sort of break formation move to the above and then this massive crash retesting that bar and actually breaking below that 14 support level. This 14 support level was caused as a worst case scenario for you guys because I mentioned that if this bar formation does complete on Luna Classic, we will be looking for a massive move to the downside. You can see that as soon as we got the confirmation of the bar right around this level over here, we got that confirmation to the downside and that was pretty much a straight move down. This is of course over the fact that obviously Binance are requiring FTX and all this news in crypto is bearish and it's causing massive bearish signals and a lot of people are panic dumping the markets. This does not mean the fact that of course just because we have this massive move to the downside that this is truly the bottom for Luna Classic. I have mentioned this to you guys many times before that the 14 level will be tested 3 times for us to get that confirmation to look for a long position. As of right now, there is just too much noise in the market to really analyze this sort of move set, so we have to be very careful. You can see on the lower time frames for Luna Classic, of course, the fact that we did get that confirmation of that break yesterday at 22, and I mentioned this to you guys yesterday as well, that if the 22 level does not hold, pay very close attention to this acting as resistance. This is a perfect example of what exactly that looks like on the lower time frames. You can see we got that break formation retested as resistance, and that was a confirmation to the downside. Then we pretty much just had a massive flash crash going straight down to around that 14. This wick, of course, was that the squeeze for the long positions, hoping for the fact that they were playing that bounce. And I mentioned this to you guys many times before, do not enter a position when there's a falling knife to the downside. When you are looking for a long position after a massive move, you usually want the smoke to settle and then look for an ideal position. Right now you can see that the reason why I mentioned this bar formation before, we tested that bar formation 3 times and then got that confirmation to the upside. A lot of traders don't understand that what the 3 test confirmation is, and because of that they usually end up getting wrecked. Right now this still does not mean we are looking for that position. Ideally right now for Luna Classic there are 2 possible scenarios that can happen. Number 1, usually when you have a large candlestick like this, we tend to go back above, retest this level as resistance, and then that continuation down. And number 2 is the fact that we will possibly be looking for one wick like this, that continuation retesting these lows at 14, possible 3 test confirmation, and then the continuation. Ideally, scenario number 2, of course, is going to play out better because of the fact that we are in these extreme oversold scenarios. So if you are looking for a long position, wait for scenario 2 to play out. Of course, right now we are extreme overly sold in this condition right now. So this is also one of those reasons why I'm leaning towards the fact that we have to wait for that retest opportunity, mostly on Luna Classic. That 14 level of support is so important because you guys can see on previous price analysis, we tested that level as resistance multiple times before we finally got that breakout formation to the upside. As of right now, we are seeing the same sort of formation being retested, and you can see that Luna Classic actually tested that level 3 times before we had the final move to the upside. Right now we're looking for 3 wicks, but if we do tend to see a possible situation like this where we see one test, we see that support continuation, then retesting it, continue, and then the 3rd time we can definitely be looking for a massive move to the downside on Luna Classic. Guys, right now is a time of very much uncertainty. I would highly recommend just waiting until you enter these sort of altcoins because of the fact that the market conditions are so poor right now. Make sure you're using proper risk management, and of course if you are entering positions, make sure to take profits. Do not leave positions open, like I said, overnight. Do not leave positions open for longer than a 4 hour time, because right now nobody really understands what exactly is happening in the market. So please, please, please understand that if Luna Classic does start to retest the support line, this doesn't mean you start entering long positions. Wait for that confirmation, then enter the longs. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. As always, if you do enjoy my content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. If you guys are interested in free $600 Bitcoin, make sure to check out the link in the bio, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.